How would one go about cultivating the practice?
Okay, how to cultivate practice? In order to cultivate practice, we need at least two components or two aspects of our life. One is discipline and one is commitment. And we create a routine, a schedule, so this becomes our personal wrath. And so, what do I mean by practice? Well, the first practice is learning how to still the mind, to cultivate contentment. So, the way I would approach that is with Pavan Guru. So our breath becomes our master, our breath becomes our teacher. And through the cultivation of, say, mindfulness of breath, we become aware of the start, middle, end of our breath. We become aware of the flow of the breath. So first is to concentrate on the object of our awareness and then look at the qualities of that object. Like, for example, the speed of our breath, the flow of our breath, the depth of our breath, the temperature of our breath, the sound of our breath. And as we begin to cultivate this, we begin to experience moments or glimpses of contentment and peace. And through period of time, through the cultivation of this, this becomes a regular state of being, sense of self in which we experience contentment. So that would be one part. The other part, which is just as important, is your worldview, how you see the world. Unfortunately, we have been trained to look at the world in ways which just doesn't make sense. So we see the human being as being a separate entity from everything else. We see ourselves as living a life, accumulating information, accumulating material stuff, but not actually having any purpose to life apart from just spending all our life accumulating plastic stuff and wealth and prestige. So worldview becomes an extremely important part of our development, how we see the world. And from a Gurmat perspective, it begins with ik and then oankar. So the ik is this present moment. The ik is my subjective sense of self. The oankar is the unfolding of this moment, start, middle, end, start, middle, end, start, middle, end, infinitum, oankar. Sat is my present moment, the unchanging nowness. And Purk is the fact that I know that I'm here. So it becomes a subjective experience. So once we cultivate our worldview and we experience it and we realize that there are certain characteristics of life that are consistent. One, everything is changing. Hukam, the unfolding nature of now. Two, that nothing brings us lasting satisfaction. That we're always chasing something, and once we get it, we move on to the next thing. And the third thing is that our sense of self, what we consider to be I, me, my home, is in fact an illusion and a construct that's based on society, language, and those kind of things. So once we recognize these aspects of our worldview, we investigate them experientially, and then we add the practice of, say, contentment cultivation through mindfulness. This would be your first step towards the royal path.